Hey you guys, what's going on? Peach McIntyre again. I've watched a few of her videos that popped up on my timeline regarding her mother. It is okay for her to tell her truth. No one is saying to you, Peachy or Peaches, Peach. No one is saying to you that you should not speak or tell your truth. But it's the manner in which she's doing it, which is absolutely disrespectful. She is putting herself in a very, very dangerous position when she's doing and saying the things that she's saying about her mother on social media. Yes, I do believe in going on podcasts, and doing interviews. It's the reason behind everything that we do, right? So if you're going on a podcast or you're doing a TV interview or you're doing a radio interview talking about child abuse or you're talking about domestic violence and things of that nature, anything pertaining to your parents, specifically your parents, if you're going on to do a show and you're doing it because you want to bring awareness, that's one thing. But to be going on to social media on a bash campaign against your parents, I don't agree with that. I could see sometimes being upset, we get on and we go live and we just let it all out because it's like a space where we could just really let people have it. We're angry. We want to let the world know what's happened to us, what's been done to us. I get all of that. I get that. But you cannot continue to premeditate going on to social media and discussing things that has went on in your household. I'm not perfect. I keep saying over and over again, I have not done everything right as it pertains to my children. No one is knocking the fact that Peach has went through anything. My issue is, do not go on a bashing campaign against your parents. I talk about Latrice Allen's son. The guy is hurting. He may feel like this is the only outlet for him. Peach, on the other hand, she's a bit more clever than that. She's more mature than that, and she should know better. If she's giving classes to people, teaching them how to do certain things, being proactive about situations, she teaches how to not make excuses for whatever is going on in your life. Be solution-based. Well, your solution, Peach, to your problem should not be on the internet bashing your mother. I get it. I truly, trust me when I tell you, I get being in a situation where you're going through something with your parents and it's never been resolved. I get that. But it's the manner in which she's doing it. It has to be a healthier way of doing things. And then on the second hand, she wants, ooh, there's a mosquito in this car. She wants people to listen to her. Ooh, no, I can't even open the door to let it out, y'all. These scam calls is driving me bananas. She just got to do better. You can't teach people on one hand positivity, and then on the other hand, the very woman who has brought you into this world, you go and you bash her like that. I'm not saying that her mother, I'm looking out for that mosquito, y'all. I'm not saying that her mother is not responsible for some of the things that she has done and the trauma that she's caused in this young lady's life. I'm not saying that she's innocent by far. The fact that she's getting onto social media and talking against her daughter says it all for me. So she's by far innocent. But unfortunately, we never know the true story behind any of what's going on. We are definitely living in the last days. You got parents against their children. You got Jackie Christie and her daughter Chantel. You have Latrice Allen and her son. You have Peach McIntyre and her mother. These are mother and children warring against each other. And the whole world is able to see it on social media. And you're telling me we're not living in the last days? We are living in some ooh, gosh, that's a big mosquito, and I don't want it to get me, y'all. Ooh, I don't want it to get me, but I'm sitting out here in my car because it's pouring down raining. I was just getting ready to head over to my brother's house. I don't know. I'm so sorry, y'all, but I'm getting these calls coming in. I was getting ready to head over to my brother's house. I uploaded a video a few days ago because my niece was tragically unalived by her estranged boyfriend. He broke into her home, shot, and killed her. People are going through real issues right now, like my brother just burying or just losing his daughter. The funeral is actually Monday of August. I think Monday is like the 11th or something like that. But people are going through real serious stuff right now. And once again, it's not to take away from the trauma that anyone has faced in their life. If anyone were to share this video with Peach, I would say to her directly, Peach, to you directly, you're smart, you're very intelligent young woman. Utilize that to do something great. If you really want to be impactful, why don't you start doing seminars where you put it together and you talk about the trauma and how you overcame it. But you got to overcome it first. You haven't overcame anything because you're still in that space of being angry. And it's perhaps because your issues with your mother is not resolved. But do something more positive if you're trying to help someone. Because what you're doing right now is for your own pleasure. What you're doing right now is bashing your mother as a payback, a get back. It's not to help bring awareness. And that's where I have the problem. When you keep coming on and you're talking about this stuff. And it's the same thing with Latrice Allen's son. I was right there with him. I've done a video on him and I feel his heart. I feel his pain. But y'all have got to learn how to reverse, flip this stuff and use it for something positive versus continuing with the negative narrative. When I went through what I've been through with my ex-husband, I wrote books about him. And I wrote those books so that I could share to inspire and empower other women. So do I have to talk about him to shed light on narcissistic abuse? Of course I do. But I'm not on here all of the times just on a smear bashing campaign. How is that helping someone else? How? It's just like the spiritual whistleblower. I hate to even include the word spiritual because once again, there's nothing spiritual about what she's doing. But you got to figure out a way to turn what has happened in your life negative and turn it around for something positive. Look at what Trayvon Mothers did when he was murdered. Look at what she did. She went on a campaign to bring awareness, to spread awareness, not to bash the police department and continue to go on this campaign of bashing. All it does is keep bitterness and anger on the inside of you. So Peach, I'm not telling you, and you guys, I'm not telling her to let it go. Her story is her story. But figure out a better way to articulate what went on in your household with your mother. So maybe another young lady could get out here and say, hey, this is what I went through. How did you get through it, Peach? How did you get through it? Tracy, how did you get through being with a man that's a narcissist? How did you get through it? That's what we want to hear. Most people, there are a lot of people who are listening and watching these videos, and it's funny to them. This is comedic for them, entertainment. But my goal when I'm on here is to share and to help someone else. I'm bringing some video. I'm going to be doing some videos on narcissistic abuse real soon. I'll be doing some other things on this channel because I don't want people to just look at my life as one-dimensional. I have a lot of things that I enjoy doing. So you guys, I'm out of here. Hopefully this rain will subside in a little bit. I'm actually in the car. I was literally just on the phone with my brother about 20 minutes ago and told him I was heading over to his house. The same brother whose daughter was just, life was just taken. I was on my way to his house, but it's pouring down, raining out here. I can't even get out of the car to get into the store. So y'all please share the videos, like my videos, and for all of you new supporters, I appreciate your help so very much. I really, really do. Anything that you like to say, any comments, I welcome your feedbacks. I just ask that everyone be mindful and respectful in your comments. You know, because we don't have to all agree on the same thing. We all have differences of opinions, and that is perfectly okay. But we don't have to be ruthless with it. I don't agree with everything that everyone says. And if I comment on a video, I say what I have to say, and I'm done with it. This is not a space for me to go back and forth with people with just the negative stuff. Will I respond back to some? Of course I do respond back, but it's all about your delivery. And that's the big word, the key word, delivery for Peach. Delivery for Latrice's son. I watched the podcast that Jackie from Basketball Wife's daughter was on. I watched it. That was a simple, pleasant interview that she had to bring awareness and to share her story. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't bash your mother. The Bible says to honor your mother and your father so that your days may be long on this earth. It also says, parents, don't provoke your children to wrath, but you do your part. Daughters, sons, do your part. Do your part.